There.
I don't believe I'm seeing this.
What?
You just had your stomach pumped 6 hours ago.
That's why I'm so hungry, because it's empty.
Oh, Mrs. Reynolds, my sister.
Hi, Mrs. R.
You're certainly making a rapid recovery.
As long as there's food around, you can't keep a Warren down for long.
The doctor says you're suffering from an allergic reaction to a drug.
Oh, that can't be right. I didn't take anything, not even a Disprin.
That's not the sort of drug the doctor meant.
But I didn't, Mrs. R. I don't take anything like that. I don't like it.
We'll see, won't we? I'm waiting for the pathologist's report to find out exactly what drug it was. Once I do know, I'll be back asking questions, Warren.
You missed out on a wonderful shift here last night.
Oh?
Yeah, Warren took sick and the women tried to bang the place down. I still don't know why it took Glenn so long to get to Warren's cell. I could hear the noise from down here.
Didn't you ask him?
Of course I did. And he got quite abrupt with me. Said he was checking in isolation, but he couldn't have been, because he was coming from the wrong direction. Perhaps he snuck into the kitchen for a snack.
Oh, watch it. You're going to hurt me best pair of shoes. Sorry, Jude. Oh, I'm only kidding you.
Hey, come on, buck up. Pixie said she'll get to see Rabbit when she's on tray duty.
What if she's not there? The screws could have lied, you know.
Reno's in the chair again. She doesn't lie. Now, let's wait and see what Pixie says.
All we ever do around here is bloody wait and see. Why isn't someone doing something? Me mate was poisoned.
Look, I told you to cool it. Now, leave it to me.
Where's Kelly?
Out with the skip.
Trying to avoid me, is she? Well, I suppose you're all gloating over the way you made a fool of me yesterday. I should have known better than to trust any of you lot.
Yeah, well, it wasn't our fault the plan didn't come off. We backed you all the way. If you want someone to blame, it's me.
Oh, cut the heroics, Keen. It doesn't suit you. Anyway, we all saw you go to water yesterday, didn't we? Now, just a statement from you to the governor and we would have had Murphy, but you blew it. Get out. Other way.
Look, a statement from me wouldn't have done any bloody good. Got to catch that bastard in the act. How did I know he's going to change his shift?
You should have planned it better. I don't like mistakes, Keen.
Okay, so I didn't count on him being that clever. But we can still get him. He says he's going to be visiting Kelly regularly, so he's not onto us yet. Reckons he'll be doing a lot of night shifts.
All right. But next time there will be no slip-ups. I'll see to that. Because I'll be there to lock him in. In the morning he's going to have his work cut out explaining why he's there.
Yeah, well, that's if there is a next time. Apparently Kelly's requested to see the governor and get shifted.
Oh, has she? Oh, we'll see about that.
I'm afraid things sort of just got on top of me. I had intended to get it all sorted out, but... Oh, and I'm sorry I dropped my bundle like that. It's so unfair with you just coming out of hospital.
Will you please stop apologising, Joyce? I can assure you it isn't necessary. The department had no right to dump everything in your lap like that.
Funny, you know. I always thought I was a good officer.
You are.
Ah, yes, but it's not the same, is it? When you're sitting in that chair and having to make decisions. Just like Botham.
Who?
Ian Botham. The Pommy. You know, great cricketer, crook captain. Do you know Norm Barracks for them, the traitor?
Oh. Well, at least the Higgins thing's a closed book.
Oh, is it true that Inspector Grace is not going to press charges?
Oh, I'm sure he'd love to if he could find someone to press them on. Seems there are lots of suspects and no real evidence. I'm afraid I gave Maya an impossible job asking her to watch Higgins.
I wasn't much help to her either, I'm afraid. Too much to do. But still, I hope that's not the reason she stood down.
Yes. She's as stubborn as a mule, but at least you can talk sense to her. Yes. Thank you, Wendy. Damn.
Problems?
The Minister's secretary's here. It's on his way. Come in.
Mrs. Reynolds.
Mr. Hopgood. This is Officer Barry.
How do you do?
I'm sorry you didn't tell us you were coming. Would have given us an opportunity to rearrange our schedule.
I'll just go and organise some coffee, all right?
Do sit down. I'm sure it must be terribly important to drag you away from your office.
Well, I'm just here to settle a little misunderstanding, Mrs. Reynolds. We were worried that you may have got the impression that the minister and his department weren't exactly, shall we say, simpatico with Mr. Colby's statement.
I can't think where I could have got that idea.
Well, whatever. For the record, I'm here to tell you that the minister wholeheartedly endorses Mr. Colby's decision to allow fraternisation.
And off the record, Mr. Hopgood, I think it's a ludicrous idea. The department is pandering to the press, and I'm the one who's got to cope with the aftermath.
Mrs. Reynolds, we have every faith in your ability.
Did the minister even read my objections?
Yes, he read them very carefully before discarding them. Now, let's not squabble. The decision has been made, and there's nothing more you can do.
I could resign.
You wouldn't want to do that, Mrs. Reynolds. Well, not if you really care for these women. Of course, we'd be most upset if you did so, but I'm sure there are other officers we could appoint. Joan Ferguson, for example.
You wouldn't dare.
Well, I hope you won't force me to do something we'd both regret.
I'm sorry if I brought you out of your way, but I had to talk to you.
You haven't. I had to go past on the way to Wentworth. I have a group therapy session with the women this afternoon.
Just want to say thank you. You were right. I was feeling very sorry for myself.
Yes, well, I know I came on very strongly, but it was intentional.
I know. I'm still pretty confused, but I know I can work things out.
Well, if it helps, I'm a good listener.
I just don't know where to turn to. I'm pregnant, and I don't know what to do about it.
Yes, well, perhaps I'm not the right person to talk to. Look, if you'd like, I can arrange an appointment with a very good counsellor who works here. She's, well, her name's Alison Webb. I've known her for years.
But I don't know her. I'd feel silly talking to a stranger.
No, you wouldn't. Besides, she knows about these problems. Look, it can't hurt to listen to her, can it? Can it?
I realise we're understaffed. I don't mind working through to the afternoon shift.
Thank you, Lynn. I appreciate it. Right, the reason I called you in is to tell you that the department's decided to allow the men to mix with the women, starting...
What? Never heard of anything so ridiculous.
Recreation period tonight, and meals and recreation period starting tomorrow. Now, I
well.
know this puts further pressure on us, but that's the decision.
Yeah? And when this place cracks under the pressure, is the department going to come and pick up the pieces?
We will be getting more help, won't we?
Not for the present, no. They feel confident we can cope as usual.
I don't know. They won't lift a finger to help until one of us gets killed.
Well, you could always resign if you don't feel that you're up to it, Joan.
All right, that's it. You can get back to your duties, but I'd advise you all to keep on your toes. And if you've got any problems, you know where my office is. Thank you.
What is going on? I can't believe you could have allowed this to happen.
I had no choice.
You could have refused.
Hopwood made it very clear that if I didn't accept this decision, I'd be replaced. Want me to walk out on all of you?
Am I okay now?
Yes. You can rejoin your friends for lunch, but I don't want you working today.
Well, you're looking very chipper for someone we thought was going to die.
Yeah, I thought I was a goner too, but they popped my stomach and I came good.
Any idea what it was?
Mrs. Reynolds said it was an allergic reaction to some drug, but it couldn't be, Mara, because I didn't